Hey besties, welcome to Stoned and Horny, the podcast all about exploring and expanding your knowledge in sex and cannabis with experts and friends. We're your hosts, Merrrica and Hayley Herms. Joining us today is content creator Miss Lorin. On this episode, we'll be talking about our birthdays because it's Merrrica and I's birthday this month. We're both Sagittariuses, so naturally we also have to talk about sex and horoscopes, smoking and sex, and foot fetishes.
Ooh, foot fetishes.
So, Miss Lorin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
We're so excited for you to be here. I just want to ask, because I ask everyone this, what's your sign? What's your birthday?
I'm a Cancer, June 25th.
Ooh, okay. You almost kind of Leo bordered it, but you're full Cancer. Okay, so how do you feel about being a Cancer? Do you believe in horoscopes, astrology? What's your let's hear it, girl.
I heavily believe in horoscopes. Before I didn't much so because the problem with the whole horoscope thing is like you look at yourself like a Sagittarius, I look at myself as a Cancer, but we have literally like the three main signs: your sun, your moon, and your rising. So the traits from the other two can sometimes be like more prevalent than your sun, the one you're used to, the Sagittarius or the Cancer.
Yeah.
So people will look at their horoscope and be like, that sounds nothing like me. You might have a couple of those things, but for the most part, like people don't tend to think their horoscope sounds like them because you're a mix of like two other
and
personalities.
You have your planetary.
Yes.
Planetary
There's
signs.
the 6 major signs, really.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Wait, tell me about these 6 major signs.
Well, so in theory, when it comes to horoscope, like she said, there's a rising, your sun sign, and your moon sign. But then you have 12 houses. And the 12 houses, breaks down between all the signs, which are air, fire, water.
The elements,
yes, and wind. And so for kind of going off what she was saying. So for example, if you're a fire sign, like by a sun or moon, like us. So I'll just use myself. I'm a double fire sign. But however, let's just pretend out of like the 8-9 planets, I was 6 out of 9 water signs. Then I could see how I would read my horoscope and be like, Sagittarius. I'm not a Sagittarius. I'm more identifying with a Scorpio, but you had no idea that 6 out of your 9 planets were in water. So I understand that people are like, I don't believe in horoscopes, but it's really hard to know your birth chart if you don't have your exact time of birth, because your birth chart is based off the longitude and latitude and time of which you were born. So if you don't know exactly which time, you can still find your moon sign, but you will never be able to find out your whole entire birth chart, which is kind of sad. But I just hope that all the hospitals, since we're in this new age wave, could start putting everyone's birth times out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I think they do, on the birth certificate thingy.
It took me so long to find mine. Like, the birth certificates I had didn't have it.
Oh.
We happened to be cleaning out the garage like a year ago and at my mom's house and found, not my birth certificate. It was something else. I think maybe my wristband or something. And it had the time of date on it.
That's
the timing.
everything.
So what are your 3 signs?
So I'm a Cancer sun, a Capricorn moon, and an Aries rising. And it's funny, too, because my sister and me are exactly opposite.
That's kind of fucking hardcore.
Sun. Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, but
Jesus. Well, I mean, I guess in a way those are really 3 hardcore signs, but then you have the water and the fire, but then all of a sudden your Cap is like, I'm just gonna balance y'all out. But yeah. I could see how it gets chaotic.
I kind of feel almost like I am a Gemini in a sense,
Would you ever not date someone because of their birthday?
I have not thought of that. But as soon as I start dating somebody, I ask them their birthday so I can look them all up,
I try to exclusively, if I hear someone is an Aries,
stay away.
I
have Aries women, I become good friend. I feel like I get along with Aries women. But then Aries men, I have dated one in the past and I wouldn't. But now I'm dating a Capricorn and it's great.
So you're Cancer, you don't care. I care. I need to know the sign. Right. That's the first question that flies out of my mouth, regardless of
what's your sign?
Yeah.
I used to never.
Well, I don't ask what's your sign. I ask what's your birthday because, well, you can ask what's your sign, but I notice there's a lot of people out there that think they're the wrong sign, or like swear this and that because of a magazine and blah blah blah.
Or they're on the cusp.
Yeah,
the cusp.
Yeah, I'm a cusper technically. I'm the 22nd, but like in theory, if you find your birth chart, then there should be no debates. I'm 2 degrees into Sagittarius, and so I can't sit here and be like, no, I'm a Scorpio.
What are your 3 signs?
I'm a 2 Sagittarius. So my moon and my sun are Sagittarius, and then
Wow.
my rising's in Gemini.
Wow.
And then 6 out of my 9 planets are in Sagittarius too.
Oh,
My other ones are
wow.
Capricorn, Pisces, and Gemini. So
I literally had to pull that up. Remember you took my birth chart like when we first met?
I've realized all of Merrrica's problems stem from her Libra moon.
I don't even know what that means.
Because Libra moons, like, they give themselves anxiety and, like, you know what I mean? And so, like, whenever, like, Merrrica's, like, upset, I'm like, it's just the Libra moon. My best friend's a Libra.
My mom's
so,
a
like,
Libra.
So Libras have
anxiety because you're
scale.
always trying to
Oh,
balance
they're always
the scales.
okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So you're like one or the other, and you're literally in a constant battle to try and like mellow your own self out. And then you got the other traits from
But the
Sag.
Sagittarius is pretty pushing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you could
Very
And I'm
I
a
feel-
Pisces rising.
see there's a lot there. That's like a lot of brewing. Pisces, though, is so different from Sag. So,
They're more go with the flow. So I think that would be a really good pair. You got the go with the flow Pisces.
yeah, but
and-
also like Pisces are like the puppet masters. Like they're always playing games secretly. But I feel like because I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of close Pisces friends. Their games never be making sense though to me. I'm like, who does this benefit? Like what? I think they just like to see chaos. I don't know. My Libra best friend, oh my God, there's no way he's gonna listen to this, so I don't give a shit. My Libra best friend is dating a Pisces, and I hate him.
Oh wow.
But that's a whole other story. But I do have Pisces best friends that I love.
Both my parents are Pisces. They are 3 days apart on their birthdays.
Wow, that's cool.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are they a lot alike?
Yes and no. I don't know. I never really paid attention to horoscopes until I moved to LA. Everyone
They must
in
have a
LA
lot
is
of
about
fun
it.
together.
They do. They're best friends. They've been married for like over 36 years.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. We love that. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
They're so cute.
That's so cute.
It
Okay.
is.
So speaking of birthdays and relationships, let's get into sex and smoking. Do you so we asked our viewers, do you smoke before, after, and or during sex? And a majority of the people said all of them. And then the second one was before and after, which I thought that was the normal. But I guess I didn't realize how common it is. Like, people out here just, like, smoking blunts while getting head. So, like...
Sounds wonderful.
I mean, have you ever smoked during sex?
Yes. The last time I did it, though, the guy dropped the blunt on me, and it fell on my neck.
Oh my
and
God.
burned my neck, and I was like, never again. Like, that took, like, 3 weeks to heal, and it just looked like almost
Did it look like a hickey?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not a hickey person. Like, I am like you leave me a
Especially
hickey on me
for-
the last time.
For content creator work, you know, you can't just be, like,
Exactly.
having hickeys on you.
The makeup wasn't cutting it, nothing. And it just was like, it just made me instantly pissed at him. It was like, that's a good way to kill the vibe, man. you know?
Yeah.
I would be worried about my hair getting burned.
And my hair, it did. It get burned.
Yes.
Everything. It was all bad.
So it got burned?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And because it was dark
And
also. So
hair
and
is
I'm on
not
the bottom.
cheap.
And I'm just like, where did it go? Like, you know,
I feel
it's
like you
rolling
need the
all over
light-
me.
Oh
The
my
lights
God.
on when you're smoking.
Oh my God.
Because you got to ash it.
The
That
only
makes
time
sense.
that's like I've had, well, I wasn't even smoking. I was with my ex-boyfriend and he was smoking a blunt while I gave him head. But I guess it never occurred to me he could have dropped that blunt or ashed on my
or
head. I
something,
would have
yeah.
been pissed. I'm lucky
Yeah.
it turned out great. But I think,
Yeah.
I don't know if I privately said this or said this on an episode, but I feel like I'd kind of be like a little scared to be smoking while I'm getting head because like, what if I cough too hard and then I like fart or something? That's like, I don't know. I
don't know. I feel like if you accidentally let out a toot, who can blame you for that? That's just natural, right?
But if their face is in my bag,
They might like it.
Well, they're already doing
There
the most
are
down
guys
there.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I guess you don't know until you try.
You never know until you try.
We gotta hope you're doing it with somebody you're really comfortable with, so that it's
That's true.
it's not
That's
as
very
embarrassing
true.
or whatever.
I'm not a big hooky up person, but I feel like in LA hookup culture is just so normal.
Yeah.
No shame in that. But, like, you know, I always wonder about the people that, like, hook up right away. Like, what that comfortability is like, I don't know. I got wondering. Do you use dating apps?
No.
Okay.
No. I always was kind of the person that believed in you know,
person.
divine timing and like meeting the person. Like if I happened to bump into you in the grocery store, it was meant to be. You know what I mean? Like the just divine timing. So for me, I felt like dating apps for me personally were just kind of like pushing it. Like I'm kind of desperate for it to happen, and I'm you know
like guys it. And are you? Well, I don't want to out you.
I'm just
are you
guys.
You go okay. Yeah. You're straight. She's straight, you guys. Oh my God, she's straight. It's okay. Okay. So, but did you already feel like enough guys already came up to you and approached you already? You don't even need the apps, right?
I tried apps when I was younger.
Okay.
And I just felt like me personally.
Like when they first started coming out.
Yeah. And maybe they're way different now because, like, I have not probably in like 7 years been on one. So I have no
Okay, so you're
clue.
like back in the day, like 7, 8 years ago when they first came out.
Yeah.
That's when you used them.
What were they like then?
For me, it just seemed literally like guys and just trying to
You're just
up.
shopping for
Did
people.
you use them that long ago? Or were you like
I've met like every boyfriend I've had. Like not every boyfriend I've had, but like the last couple, you know, I use dating apps. Yeah. Well, not anymore.
But like when they first came out since then, or just like in these recent years?
Whenever I'm single, you know.
Okay.
Because like, I don't know. I don't go out very much. I'm not a big drinker, so I'm never like at a bar or at a club, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So. I also feel like I don't know. To me, I don't go to a club or a bar and expect something serious. So I would say just like in dating in general, I would probably more likely to go, like I'm more likely if I were to approach a guy or a girl, would go to somewhere where it was more of like a hobby or activity because I know they would then share that interest with me.
That's what I was kind of on. But then it was like I wasn't meeting anybody, so I tried the apps, and it just did not work. Because
are you brave enough to go up to men and be like, hey?
Not even being brave enough, I just don't want to. Because
you expect them to come to you.
100%. That is my first, like, what you say to me, how you approach me, everything is like my first impression of you.
What if you see a really, really fine-ass guy that you like have to talk to?
It does not matter. I literally won't. I won't. It's because for me, if it's meant for me, it will come to me. So that's how I look at it. So if you don't want to come up and talk to me, then I already feel like that's a personality thing that we're to see into.
I feel like I can only approach people, men or women, when I'm drunk. We were at Halloween. There was the hot security guard at one of the mansion parties we went to. And I went up to him and I was like, "You have big dick energy."
Oh my
God! Just like drunk me is something else. It's the Gemini rising definitely coming out. And he was like, "Oh, LOL," and I was like, "What's your sign?" And he's like, "Oh, you're one of those witches." And I was
oh my God!
And Jenny literally looked at him and was like, "She is a witch." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, you know, typical what do you think my sign is?
Oh my God!
And I was like, "Well, you're firm. And you're like an asshole, but not like a mean asshole, and like this, that." And I was like, "I think you're a Capricorn." And then he told us his birthday, and he was a Capricorn. Yep. So, you know.
Caps, they got a lot of ego.
I will be honest, there are once in a while men that are turned off when you ask them what their sign is. You know what I mean?
Because they just don't believe in it or don't care about it. I don't know.
Well, if they don't care, then they don't really mind. You know what I mean? Or if they're interested, they'll like play along. What does that mean about me? You know, I hate when people ask that. Well, it in theory, it doesn't mean fucking shit because I don't know your birth chart, sir. Like, but anyways, wait, Merrrica, we didn't get to you. Do you smoke during sex?
I think we talked about this in an episode like last week or a week before, but I do enjoy before, during, and after.
Okay.
But if it's like first thing in the morning, then I'm not gonna like
that's what you said.
Yeah.
You weren't like, "Oh, gotta hit this bong before I do this." Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, just like whenever it's convenient, but I do like smoke a lot, so it's usually
okay.
Yeah.
So are you are you excited for your birthday? Are you a birthday person?
Oh,
Lauren,
okay. I'm usually excited for my birthday. I usually have like a get together, but this year I just haven't been planning anything. I'm preparing to move, and I'm preparing to get my my breast implants removed. So I just have lots of other things.
And during the holidays.
Because my birthday is literally, November 30th.
And you're going to be traveling.
Traveling. Yeah, I'm going back to Seattle. My grandma just had a stroke, so I've had a lot of things.
She's under a lot of stress right now, you guys.
My car accident.
Merrrica, what's your Cash App, just in case our followers want to send you a birthday present?
My Cash App is Merrrica Media. But if you want to give me a good birthday gift, you can subscribe to my private website.
And you can find her private website via the Stoned and Horny website. So in case you're like, where do I find it? Link in bio, of course. And then if you're like, I still can't find it, go to the Stoned and Horny podcast website and you can click away and find all the
links. Speaking of private websites, Miss Lorin, do you have a private website?
I do. If you go to my page, you'll find it on my backup page. I don't know all of that taboo.
And what are your pages?
Yeah, what do you do there also? You have beautiful feet. I mean, beautiful shoes on those lovely feet.
I immediately noticed your feet when I walked in. I was like, holy shit, those shoes are fire. And
Thank you guys.
Perfectly pedicured.
And you can't see her feet right now, but they're white. And bitches that wear white nail polish are superior.
They say girls with white toe polish got good pussy.
Yep.
That's what all the guys say. I don't know.
Okay, so first tell them your Instagram so that they can find the spicy sites and all of that through there.
Well, my main Instagram is Miss_Lorin, Lorin, and my foot fetish page, can't even speak right now, is Miss_Lorin feet.
Feet. Okay, so
how did you get into that?
Yeah,
crazy story actually. I had a woman from the foot fetish community actually DM me. And I had posted some heels that I got. I just posted a picture like, oh, look how cute these are. She's like, girl, like, why are you posting that for free? And I thought she was fucking with me. Like, literally, I was laughing at her. Like, what do you mean for free? Like, it's just a picture of my shoes, For a whole week, she was DMing me, trying to convince me that I should start a foot page. And girls are making upwards of $10K a month just from their feet. And I was like, what? Like,
what were you doing at that time?
At that time, I was just doing my Cannabis page, and I was a Lyft driver.
Okay.
Most lifted Lyft
driver. The most lifted Lyft driver. I love that.
It was so fun, honestly. And, from there, I was like, well, I'm always big on, like, multiple streams of income, trying new things. So I was like, might as well just try it, see how it is. If I don't like it, at least I still have my own things going on. You know what I mean? And at first, I'd say for like the first couple of months, really nothing happened. It wasn't really gaining much of a following, but I got into an accident, got my car totaled when I first moved to LA, and I was just stuck at home. Like, I actually got injured, so I couldn't go out and work. Like, my back, I had to go to physical therapy and all this stuff, so I was just stuck at home, and I was like, I got a lot more time to put into this, and I just kind of put a little more effort, and it just
So those first 2 months, though, were you just, like, posting on Instagram, or, like, what was that like? Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, you were just like, how you just, here's my feet on Instagram.
And I know it's like, how do you get started? Because she didn't tell me any of that. She was just like, you should do it, know, and there's money there. So I didn't know. I was just like taking pictures of my feet. Really, that was it. Taking pictures of my feet, or me, kind of positioning my feet a certain way or whatever. And I just started following more girls that were in the community, seeing what they were doing, watching their stories. And I learned a lot from them, because it is a whole different ballgame over there. Like, it's not just, oh, you have pretty feet. It's not like just that. Like, there's so many fetishes in it. Like, there's guys that are like, it's like a fetish within fetishes or something.
What are the sub fetishes of a foot fetish?
Because you have guys that like want to be dominated. So, like, there's guys, there's a lot of women that do, like, they go around and they host these kind of, like...
parties,
and the guys pay to come, and there's, like, different things. Like, they'll pay to just massage your feet. They'll pay to get foot jobs. And they,
I feel like a foot job is going to be a lot of work for your
I've
legs.
tried it. It sucks. And they want it so bad. It's like the most requested thing they want. But girl, it's all your muscles in your leg.
That is so much work.
Look how you think
for
about
more
how
than
long.
5 minutes straight.
Yeah, and you're like starting to get tired, and you're trying to be sexy, and it's just not working. And yeah, it's a lot. But there's the guys like the dominant. What I was trying to say was
step on them,
trample them, shove your foot in their mouth. Like so, there's like the different kinds.
Oh my.
Like
okay,
you know
so when you go to you host these.
I've never done one.
Okay.
So this is just from, like I said, from what I've learned from the other girls, because this is some girls' full-time job. So when she was explaining, the girls were making like $10K and up.
Because before OnlyFans, you know, you had there's got to be other outlets for
like
those.
Snapchat and like private messaging and like just sending money through Cash App and stuff.
Yep.
But OnlyFans has your business taken off since OnlyFans was created?
I felt
because you started before the OnlyFans. Started.
Before it was just mostly guys order like custom videos, so they'll have a idea that they want you to do, or I want to see you in pantyhose or whatever. Like they just have like random foot related ideas.
Can you give me what's a foot idea they had, like an artsy one?
I've got guys that like things squished. You know, like bananas, grapes, cupcakes.
That must be fun for you.
It feels good. Like. I'm
like moving my toes as you're saying this.
Because I've never done it before. You know what I mean? Like, when have you ever squished something with your feet on purpose? You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
yeah, not on purpose, but I like when you accidentally step on it in the kitchen and you're
nasty.
like, ugh.
It's
but
nasty,
then when
right?
you're expecting to do it and you prepare for the mess, it's probably fun.
Oh yeah, and especially because you're trying to be like sensual when you do it, and so you kind of get to do it slow and just.
What's your favorite thing you've ever squished with your feet?
Definitely a cupcake. For my birthday, I'd squished a Oreo cupcake.
We wanted to squish cake with our feet today, but we're not allowed to have food in the studio.
Oh,
I'm going to have to do it on my exclusive site.
Yeah, they love that shit. And if you lick it off too. But that's like a whole thing, because then you got to think, I need this floor clean, or I need something on the floor and then squish on top of it.
And make sure your feet are so clean.
Super clean. Yeah, so I have everything like set up on the outsides of me. So when I sit, I'm cleaning my feet. Like it's a whole shenanigan, girl.
How often do you get a pedicure then?
I try to go every 3 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
I genuinely thought you were going to be like, I go 2 times a week.
I wish.
What? Your feet just look that good every 3 weeks? Like,
I have an amazing lady that does my pedicures.
Does she know what's up?
They know.
So
they know. I even get little videos. She's like, oh, do you want to get a video before I paint them? Like, they're super supportive.
Oh my God.
That's sweet. I love that.
Have you ever turned down a foot video where you're like, that's just too fucking weird, I can't?
Yes, but I can't think of. I definitely have, but I don't know. I can't think of any. If they're just too weird, or I can think of one. Squishing bugs. I don't want to do that. I don't want to touch a bug.
What?
You don't want to kill a bug for the pleasure of someone else?
Anything.
It's
and
little
killing
life.
something for the pleasure of someone else, it's weird to me.
That's weird, and
so that's
I wouldn't do that either.
That's so sad for those little bugs.
Yeah.
But that's a big one. I get a lot of requests for that
one.
What
the actual
y'all are nasty.
Yeah, y'all are.
Maybe get like candies that look like bugs or something.
They want the full
What are you supposed to do? Like fucking trap it? Or like how okay.
I haven't seen any girls do it, but the fact that I've been asked so many times, I know it's a big thing.
You could actually buy bugs like that at like a pet store. Probably
like crickets and stuff.
I know, right? Crickets.
I just can't,
worms.
bro. I just can't.
No, don't do that. I wouldn't recommend that, and I don't like. That's sad.
Yeah.
No.
Don't kill things.
Not about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. Pause. Back into your timeline. So you're at home. You have this car accident. You're like, let's get back onto the feet game. What happens from there?
From there, I was at home more, because when I was doing Lyft, like, girl, I was gone. Like, I was just out and about all day, and I only had a little bit of time to do my social media thing. Now I'm home all day, so I'm really, like, looking on my timeline, looking at what everybody else is doing, and, like, kind of almost, like, studying it.
Yes.
Like, because I had no clue. And, I just kind of went into it a little bit more, started making my own videos. So they, guys will request customs, but you can also just make a video, and that would be, considered a pre-made video. So then I was just coming up with ideas, making a pre-made video, and
what
then
were like
throwing
some of
it
your
up there.
first pre-made videos?
I remember my actual first one, or my first custom, was one guy. This was probably the weirdest one I've done. He had a fetish for women giving birth. And so he wanted me to simulate the act of laying on my bed, you know, with the legs
did something
wide open.
come out like a?
Oh no, not like that. Like I had clothes
animal?
on and all that, but it was just like he want the grunting, the noise of how the girl's pushing the baby out and just.
So you were wearing clothes,
up.
and he just wanted to hear it.
He just wanted to hear it.
Oh my!
And have the legs, you know, held up like in that position.
What
the
fuck?
Yeah, girl, but you know,
what
at the time,
actual fuck?
I wasn't questioning what they were asking for in the beginning.
I just love though how you like. I'm like, what's one of your weirdest? And you're like,
oh,
this was one of the first fucking.
Yeah,
ones.
and I was like, what am I getting myself into, bro? Like, but I've never got anything super weird like that since. But you know what's interesting?
Did you do it though?
I did it, girl. I did like 2 of them for him. Shoot. But the thing is like you get to talk to these because I'm curious, like, why? Like, why would you? What makes you?
What traumas have you suffered?
He's like, I remember my first birth.
Oh my God. It's like, what turns you on about this? And he was just like, I don't know. It's something about the faces they make. And a lot of these guys explained to me that
it's the pain.
They have these fetishes that they're afraid to tell women they date. And so it made me start to think, imagine
honestly,
all the guys you dated.
That's something I would be afraid to hear.
Because it's also for him, or that guy necessarily, it was sexual for him. So now imagine if that's something that turns you on and you really want that, how do you now explain to this new girl you're dating? Can you like
pretend you're giving birth?
Yeah, before like we get it on? I don't know how he would, but he said he never was able to talk to women about it. So he paid all these online girls, different ones, to make these videos for him so that he could, you know, still dive into his little fetish. But there's a lot of guys that have some very different, even just the foot fetish. You know how many guys tell me they're afraid to like tell a girl they have a foot fetish or whatever?
I feel like
massage
it's so common these days. It's something you should brag about a little bit because bitches all the time are like, massage my feet.
Yeah, my man's always rubbing my feet and kissing them.
Do you think
that's what I'm talking about?
Fetish, or do you
I don't think he has a foot fetish. I just think he loves me and like it's part of me. But maybe I don't think so.
But you have cute feet too, though, girl.
It's not like sexual, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like loving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I feel like if you love somebody, you'll rub their feet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. My ex hated rubbing my feet, but he would do it. Or we do a trade. Like,
oh no, I don't even have to ask him.
Fuck,
he
that's
just
what I'm looking
like
for.
I just lay down and he's
if
like,
you're
go in your spot.
To this and you want to date me, definitely rub my feet. Yeah. And I'll maybe go out on a date with you.
I try to explain to these guys that it's just because you're like afraid or you think the girl might not be into it. I'm pretty sure. I've never met a girl that don't like foot massages. So I'm pretty sure at least just massage their feet.
You can start there.
And just kind of work your way into other things.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good tip for guys that have a foot fetish but are afraid to tell their partner.
Yeah, and you can actually like encourage your girl, like, oh wow, you have beautiful feet. I would love to pay.
Here's
for your
$40 for a pedicure, babe.
Yes.
Buy her some new shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Put her in the YSLs.
Because then she's gonna want to try them on and show you, and maybe take some pictures for you or whatever, you know. And it's like they need to just find creative ways to not just say, oh, I have a foot fetish.
So you think it's really common? Foot fetishes.
Yeah,
okay.
I definitely do. I mean, I just on my foot page, I have almost 90,000 followers. There's girls with 500, 600K in the foot fetish community.
Holy cow.
And yeah, it's like guys are really
So
into
how long have you been doing this, would you say?
I'd say about 2 to 3 years.
Wow. In theory, that's kind of quick to build. Like, that's amazing.
You go, girl.
So is your foot fetish page on private?
It is.
Okay, smart. That's how,
because it seems like a lot of the women get deleted. It's like they attack, just like the cannabis community, they attack us for it being a fetish, you know? And when in all actuality, like, yes, there is the sexual side of it, but it's really not.
It's
when
just
you're just appreciating feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
women's
have a
bodies
fetish.
are art. Okay, regardless if I post a pinky toe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate it. Like, I'm not like, I don't get sexually turned on when I see feet, but I love when I see girls with pretty feet. I'm like, yes. I just immediately like, she's a goddess. She's a goddess. God. She's a queen. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's, you know, girls with busted feet usually aren't up there usually.
Like, take care of your
girls with cute
extremities.
feet. It's always like that.
Have you ever dated someone in the past few years that had a problem that you did this?
No.
Okay.
No. But out of all, I've only did one guy that actually would massage my feet. All
That's
the other
crazy.
guys, yeah, they were like, I don't like feet. I'm not touching feet. And I've always had feet like this. So it's kind of one of those things that once I realized about this community, it was wonderful because I do love foot massages. I used to have to force, boyfriends like, you gotta give me one and I'll give you something in return. Like, it should not be like that. It should just be regular. Like she was saying, where you're just chilling on the couch, Netflix, and chilling and rubbing my feet. That should be regular.
So what, if you don't mind me asking, what's the most you've gotten paid for a piece of content of your feet?
I would say $250.
Okay. And like,
that's great.
And so you're just, oh my God, wow.
Feet of gold.
Feet of gold.
Yes.
So
everyone has feet of gold.
If there was a girl listening to this and she wanted to get into it, what are 3 quick good tips that you would tell her? Like,
I would definitely say you need to find someone who does amazing pedicures, because that's one thing I've noticed from being in the community. It does not matter what kind of feet you have. Because I've heard girls like, I just don't think my feet are cute, or feet are cute. It doesn't matter. If you have a bomb ass pedicure and it just looks very professional, somehow it just makes the foot look amazing.
Yeah.
Something about it. It's like sorcery. So, I mean, some of these girls, I'm like, whoa, how you got a big ass following like that? But like I said, it's because they do. Whoever does their pedicures is doing an amazing job, and that's it. But you could have nice feet and have a sloppy pedicure, and it's the opposite now. So it's one of those things that, number one, you have to have a bomb ass pedi. Okay. Secondly, I would definitely encourage you to follow other girls like I did, because like I said, I didn't know. I just thought take pictures of my feet, and it's like I said, it's way deeper than that. So if you really want to be successful in it and rise your way to the top, like, you have to understand everything, all that comes with it. So best way to find out is follow the other girls already doing it. And lastly, I would just say lighting, because I remember when I first started, I had like an iPhone like 5 or something. Oh no, not something. Yeah, girl, because I was never into
not like single digits.
Yeah, I was never into upgrading my phone. I never cared. Like, even still to this day, I would rather not. Same. But it's like, because I use my phone for content creation, I know now it's important to have a more up-to-date phone with better cameras and stuff like that. But I was doing it with a 5, and in 2 months, I went to 26K. I had gotten deleted from and had to start over. But in 2 months, 26K with an iPhone 5. So it's like, my mom always tells me, just, you got to start somewhere. And I truly believe that.
So speaking of your mom, does she know?
Oh, yeah. She's actually done some stuff, too. My mom is very, like,
I love that.
My mom is
I
not
met your
mom.
Your mom is, your mom is so cool.
She's pretty, like, quiet and chill, but, like, she's, like, a whole, like, low-key dominatrix. Sign? She's a Libra. And she's, like, she does pleasure parties and stuff like that. Like, so she sells the product. Yeah, she's very open to all the kind of everything. She knows everything. My OnlyFans, everything. And she's just very supportive.
We love a supportive.
Yes. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yes. Because I was very nervous to tell my mom at first. Like, yeah, by the way.
Yeah, that would be
Merrrica, do you have any people, like, foot fetish people on your page?
I'm sure I do have some people that would love to see my feet, but I haven't produced any like foot fetish content.
Okay, because I have a friend.
I would
though. She has like a whole like, she isn't a foot fetish model on her OnlyFans, but she does like, on OnlyFans how you can make groups of people. Mm-hmm. She has one group of like 28 guys that have requested. So when she like occasionally does do a foot thing, she like sends it to that group. But like, she has bomb, like you said, she has bomb feet and get with her pedicure.
I need a pedicure.
But you know what?
Film the pedicure. Get them before and
that's
after.
That's a pre-made right there, girl. You could sell that video. Literally, they love seeing nude toes. Actually, that's the biggest one. They love nude toes.
What?
I'm gonna schedule
like,
pedicure.
You mean
after
nude, like nothing
without
on
any
polish?
Yeah, without any polish.
And then you polish them, and then they love it.
I mean, they love just like content with just nude toes. That's like my most requested, other than bugs. But for me, it's like
bugs.
Yeah, bugs. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, it's like a big thing with these guys wanting to get the bugs crushed. Ew. But nude toes, yeah, because it's now seeing your natural state, like your natural beauty. Like, we see the white makes your toes pop and it, accentuates it. But like, what does it look like without the extras?
Oh my God, it's like the version of chilling with no makeup on for
your feet. Yes, for your feet. Yes, that's basically what it is for them.
Oh my God, that's literally insane.
And you don't have to go so deep into it. Like, I know there's a lot of girls, like, you would never even know it's a foot page because, like, say we take a picture of you sitting right there and we get your feet in it. Just because your feet are in it, it is now, like, they're like a foot model. So it's, like, not necessarily having to really, like, you're directing it towards look at my feet. They just happen to be in the picture or the video. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of girls that do that, too. So
have you ever done, like, a modeling job for shoes or anything like that?
No.
Because there is parts modeling. Mm-hmm. So, like, one of my agencies reached out and was like, hey, can you send, but it's for, like, jewelry and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, can you send me a picture of your feet, your hands? And I was like, I hate my feet. And, like, I actually want to get, like, not hate them, but on, like, my right foot, the inner toe bone sticks out way too much. So it's, like, heels fit perfectly on my left foot, but on my right foot, it's, like, donezo. It doesn't matter how comfortable it is. That could be a whole
fetish for some dudes. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's a foot for everybody.
I want to get it shave the bone down. That's like a thing they can do.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have so many ideas now. I'm like ready for someone on my OnlyFans to pay for my pedicure.
I'm telling you, they always pay for my feet.
Girl.
My nails, everything.
Okay, so when how do I say this? Before there was OnlyFans, what were like was it just Instagram or is there toe sites that you're on? Like I don't know, is there like a toes for Craigslist toes or something? I don't know.
There are some sites I've noticed some of the other girls use, but it's more so for like them to upload their videos.
Okay.
So that way the guys don't have to ask you necessarily like what videos do you have to offer, the pre-mades. So they're already there and they could check out, like they're on Amazon and just it goes into their cart, they buy it and it's there. I haven't done that necessarily because I feel like it's an easy way also to get your stuff just uploaded and put on a bunch of other platforms because it's like readily available.
Yes.
But other than that, I personally don't know of any. Before OnlyFans, I was just doing like promoting whatever I made in my story and then like saying to DM me or email me. But with everything, with the changes in the algorithms and all that, it's like kind of scary to like how do you
directly
get around
on there.
it? Yeah. I got my backup page deleted and I was like,
what?
And yeah.
Was that before they were on private?
My backup page was not on private though, because I was just like, oh well,
who cares?
It's a backup, you know. And this one, I thought because it's not private, it'll gain more traction with like people that just happen to see what I posted, you know.
Got it.
But it did not work out at all. So yeah, right now I'm kind of just using OnlyFans and like email. I have this big following already from that, so it kind of didn't change much. But it is a little harder now to like promote yourself, even promote your OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do you do feet stuff on TikTok at all?
No, but I've had people like suggest that to me. I've never seen anybody on TikTok.
Be a first.
You're right about that.
Be a first, gain those millions of foot followers, or type in feet or whatever.
Yeah, there's probably a whole foot fetish talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll look into it because right now I'm all on the spiritual talk.
You
know,
no.
I love that shit. So
I was at a friend's house and she's like very Catholic. And the next time I came back, she was like, oh my God, I have to tell you the most funny thing. She's like, last time you were here after you left, all of a sudden I was on stripper TikTok.
And like, if you like one video, it just takes you to a crazy place sometimes.
No, she meant just that it was like listening to us. Because I was talking about strippers.
100%
okay,
it does that.
And she's like, I don't really talk about strippers with anybody else. And then she's like, and then like hours later, there was stripper talk on my like Christian For You page. Like, you know what
Facebook and Instagram and all those places that have ads, they definitely, it hears you.
Yeah.
So do you say, sorry, I'm a little more curious. Does foot fetish modeling make like your sole income now?
I would definitely say so. Half
Are you still
of it,
doing cannabis? Like,
I am a little bit. Honestly, I've slowed down on smoking a lot.
Okay.
And I know, because girl, I was just I've been smoking since I was 13, and I've never had a day off. So I was like, I need to take a break, and so I took a tolerance week. And it like definitely changed my perspective and like really showed me like how high I am all the time, And so I from there really started like toning it down and I just find myself getting like way too high now. Like I made my tolerance go down from,
I feel you on that.
You know what I mean?
So what did you realize during your tolerance break?
Well, that week I also didn't drink coffee, and I feel...
You took a full cleanse.
Yeah, I did a full cleanse, and I felt so much better. I felt like...
How long did it take for you? Like, because I know if I don't drink caffeine, I drink an energy drink every single day, and it's about the equivalent to 3 cups of Starbucks coffee.
Damn.
Sometimes I'll drink 1.5 of them. I have friends who drink it, like Merrrica. She's like, I took like 1/3 and was like up
I'll
for
have
like
a sip of an
8
energy
hours.
drink and I won't be able to go to sleep.
Damn. I was like that.
Exactly. So I can't, but like also like I'm to the point where like I'm addicted to them, which I also have addictive personality. So when I did start drinking them, my therapist was like, I really think you should not. And but I did it anyways because I was like, I'm getting so much done. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And now I will literally fiend from them. Like I will like, where can I get like my source of like, so what, I mean, because we have to wrap up soon, but like, I'm just curious, what was that like taking a cannabis break and a caffeine break at one? And how long did it take for you to be like, I think I can function in society without either or?
I think by day 3, let me tell you,
Day 3?
Yeah.
Bitch!
The first 2 days, I still felt high. I was like, yo, am I perma high? Like, it honestly freaked me out.
How much were you smoking?
I mean, I didn't think I smoked that much, but I definitely wake up smoke. I'm smoking all throughout the day. Usually sativa during my day and indica at night. So, and sativa, like you explained, the energy and get you going. That was that for me. So, without the coffee, first I was a little tired.
Do you drink coffee now, though?
Girl, yeah.
So the caffeine did not fully go away.
It didn't. The smoking didn't either. I'm still doing both every day. But like, I toned it down a lot because honestly, I felt like I had more energy by the end of the week. Like I didn't need coffee. I started drinking more like teas and things like that, which I still do like heavily. But I found myself not needing it as much because I was kind of like what you were saying. If I didn't have the coffee, like I didn't have no energy. I felt sluggish. Like,
I feel like I'm just really mean to people.
That too. I'm very irritable if like
without
I don't
coffee?
have my coffee. Yeah.
Oh.
And so that to me also was like, girl, you got a problem. Like you need to tone this down.
Yeah.
So I don't drink it every day now. I probably like every other day or like every couple of days and then just drink tea instead.
And what's the smoking like?
And the smoking, I find myself getting higher with less. So that is like conserving my weed better
still, like,
too, you know?
In the morning, at night, like are you daily still or no?
It depends, like what I have to do that day.
Okay.
Because I also run an Airbnb, so like
oh shit.
That's why I was saying like
You
that's
love a
half of what
businesswoman.
I'm doing, and that takes a lot of my time, and it's in a whole other city than I live. So I smoke and I drive, but I don't like to do it very often or get too high. So for me personally,
makes the traffic go by.
It does, but then like I'm driving a Challenger and I find myself speeding way too much, and
I drive slow like an old lady when I'm high.
I can't. Everyone's too slow for me, and then I don't want to get pulled over high as fuck.
I smoke when I drive because my ADHD, what I find is if I'm too sober, I stare at things, and I've gotten into a lot of accidents because I'm just like, I'm distracted by a light or a billboard or a store, and if I don't smoke before, people will think I'm like, are you like, you okay to drive? And I'm like, I'm
too sober.
No, like essentially, like, and I don't want to take ADHD meds because I feel like that it made my heart feel really weird. So, because I did try that, and I'm still exploring that.
Do you feel like caffeine makes your heart race too? Because
Yes.
for me,
of course.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like the adrenaline rushes when I'm driving come more hardcore.
That's why I'll drink it through the day. Because, but unless I'm working out, I'll slam it. But I'm doing something, so I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm like the fucking Hulk. But other than that, I'll just drink it out through the whole day so I can. But I'll say I have a very like toxic sense of work where it's like I work like 18-hour days, work when I'm driving, work when like and so I would like to like cut down the caffeine, but also get a healthy work balance. So
I feel like those would come hand in hand though. Like if you cut back on the caffeine, you won't feel as like needing to work constantly.
It's not
but
good
then
for
I
ADHD.
also like then when I sit down and I finally like in the rare occasion I have a moment where I'm like, I can do something with my time. Like this is weird. Like, I don't know what to do, but that's where I've been like trying to like work on like, you know, painting and like who I am outside of my work, you know, the whole realizing I am not my work, you know, it's just a part of me.
Exactly.
But anyways, okay, you guys.
I think that concludes this episode.
Yes, we have to wrap up right now, but I just want to say thank you so much, Lorin, coming by and talking about your feet.
Yes, I love learning about them. And if you want to check out Lorin's beautiful feet, you know, you can find her at Miss_Lorin.
Tell them again where they can find you, your website, you know, all that.
All right.
Plug yourself, girl.
Got you. So my main page is Miss_Lorin. And my foot page is Miss_Lorin Feet.
And Fabulous. Can they find your private site through those pages?
Yes. My backup page is in the bio on both of those pages. So if you go to my backup page, that's where you'll find my links.
And Lorin's a Cancer, so her birthday isn't coming up. But, you know, make sure tip her on her birthday as she's a Cancer.
Tip me any day. It don't matter.
Any day.
Yeah. And, you know, like we said, Merrrica and I's birthday's coming up. So if you want to see what we did for our birthdays, make sure you're following our pages. You know where to find us.
Follow Stoned and Horny Podcast. You can watch us on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, thank you. We appreciate you.
Yes, and we appreciate any birthday donations
Hell
you
yeah.
want to give us. But anyways, I'm so excited. I'm trying to be excited for my birthday this year because I'm usually like,
I'm not excited, but I feel
we've switched. I like literally like I can't because like just like my history, it's like birthdays are never good. So, you know, Merrrica's going through a stressful time. I decided to partake in my birthday. We're celebrating the birthdays. You know, 2 double Sagittariuses here. Well, I'm a double Anyways, okay, you guys, happy birthday to us. We love you.
Birthday.
If you want to celebrate with our birthdays, go find us on our pages. And we'll talk to you next time.
Yes, stay stoned, stay horny.